So I wanted to take some time today to talk about update 4.1 for Battlefield 2042. Before I get too far into it, apologies if my voice sounds different. I've been struggling with COVID over the last week or so and have had a hard time talking. I'm starting to feel a bit better now, but if there's any difference in my voice, that's the reason. I should be all good in a few more days though. To kick things off, you might have heard that the update introduced a lot of stuttering on PC. That's now been addressed in a hotfix, so no more issues there if you were avoiding the game because of that. Otherwise, there were a few key things I wanted to touch on. As far as specialist balance, Boris's sentry gun has gotten pretty significant nerfs, and I've noticed fewer people running Boris as a result. In addition, Angel's supply bag no longer provides armor, so if you want armor, you'll either need to play as Irish or just take it as a gadget. I have definitely noticed a huge uptick in Irish players since this update. A lot of people really want that armor plate without giving up the gadget. Unfortunately though, I am noticing far less medics and less reviving with the Angel nerfs. Still no word on the core feedback regarding specialists though. This was supposed to have started some time ago, but it just never has, and the devs have been pretty silent about the whole thing. I don't know if this is because of all the data mine leaks regarding massive specialist overhauls, but hopefully we hear something soon about the future of specialists. As far as weapon balance, all guns have better base recoil. To compensate for this, the attachments that improve recoil just have a slightly less significant effect. In theory, fully built out guns should feel relatively similar, but guns with fewer or no attachments should feel more competitive. I think that's a great change overall. It can be really discouraging to be doing the tedious process of leveling up a gun and just getting rinsed by people with fully ranked weapons. In my experience though, the guns feel a lot better than they did pre-patch. I mentioned before that I suspected that bullet spread or bloom had been inadvertently reintroduced to the guns when the attachments got their big rework. With this update, ARs and LMGs feel much better, and the lightened recoil actually feels really good on a gun like the PP29, which doesn't have underbarrel attachments to help with the recoil. The patch notes didn't acknowledge bloom directly at all, but I'm convinced that there was some unintended spread that's now been fixed. Guns might feel a little bit too easy to use at this point for my liking. We're not quite at Call of Duty levels yet, but we're entering the same ballpark. 128 player breakthrough has also been removed, and 64 player is the only available breakthrough mode in All Out Warfare. Personally, I think this is a great change. 128 players felt like a meat grinder and wasn't the controlled chaos that I think is suited to Battlefield. I know some will be disappointed by this change, but I imagine there aren't enough players to fill both modes for breakthrough. The Bolty is now finally an armored vehicle. This change was teased before, but now it's official, so you'll see a lot less of those rolling around. There's also been improvements to aim assist. I play on keyboard and mouse, so I can't say how improved this is, but if you use a controller or play on console, let me know in the comments if this is feeling better. The biggest change for me are improvements to input lag. There isn't much detail specifically about this, but anecdotally, the game feels a little bit snappier and more responsive. Input lag felt especially noticeable to me, with actions like turning the mouse quickly and trying to do a flick shot, or trying to do fast successive actions like tack sprint into a slide cancel into a McKay grapple. There have been rumors since the game's launch that the mouse input might be emulated rather than being raw input, and the perceived input latency definitely points in that direction. For me, this update makes the mouse feel much more like I'd expect, and for now, I feel like the input latency issues plaguing this game are pretty much entirely fixed. All of these changes position the game for Season 1, which was confirmed to be early June in the patch notes. Knowing DICE, early June will likely be mid-June, but I'm happy to see a more concrete time frame overall. Season 1 is going to be the make or break time for this game. It'll be the thing that draws players back in to give it another chance. They finally got the technical foundations of it in a reasonable place, so now it's all about the content coming out and the reworks. Returning players are going to be very quick to judge, so they really have to get this update right. DICE have reiterated time and again that they're committed to this game, and I'm still optimistic that they can make it a decent Battlefield game over time. There's a lot of expectation around the new map, the reworked maps, new specialists, and the new weapons coming with Season 1, and I'm really excited for that as well. Thinking long term though, I'm going to be paying very close attention to what Season 1 holds for Portal. I think what we get in Season 1 will dictate the kind of updates that we'll see to Portal moving forward. I'm interested to see what new tools people get, the new content that's added, really anything. There was a survey sent out from DICE to select users asking about interest in persistent servers, and I really hope this comes soon. It's the biggest thing holding Portal back at the moment, which has been looking really grim lately outside of the featured experiences. I still think Portal is what could carry 2042 in the long term. I just hope it doesn't become forgotten or pushed aside like Hazard Zone. The players just need those really robust tools, a ton of content, and persistent servers to really have a great rounded out experience, especially because Portal is the only thing that has a server browser in this game. But those are my thoughts, and I want to hear from all of you. If you haven't played the game in a while, are you going to come back for Season 1? Are you excited for the content coming in Season 1? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to have a conversation. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike so I know you need to change something. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next video.